What is up, YouTube? It's been a minute since I talked to y'all. So much has happened in One Piece since then. So much alone has happened in this chapter. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just get straight into One Piece chapter 1154. Okay. Let me know, is Yamato just visiting Izo's grave? Now, I usually wait for the officials to come out so that I can get all the details correct. You know, some things are different from the officials in the scans. Because, you know, I'm a One Piece fan. Like, not a One Piece fan. I'm a One Piece fiend. I have to read the scans or else I will not be okay. But I've been sitting here trying to figure out, and I think the person that Yamato is visiting is Izo simply because it says a hero of the West Blue, and it says that they were brought up in Ringo, and given the fact that Yamato is going there with Kiku, I don't know exactly what the West Blue thing has to do with it. That could just be some detail I'm not remembering about Izo, but it just seemed like that was the only person it could be. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Man, Loki is creeping up there. He is becoming one of my favorite characters. Since I saw his design and just his dialogue with Mosa and all this, I was like, man, this is a cool dude. I think I'm gonna end up liking this dude. Man, seeing his conditions growing up, it was already bad enough when his mom tried to kill him, and then just seeing him climb up the tree, oh my gosh. But seeing baby Loki climb up the tree and then try and go see his mom, I don't know if it was directly after, but that was just my assumption. But just seeing baby Loki try and get to his mom and him crying his eyes out, and it hit me right in the heartstrings. But don't worry, we gonna get to talking about Loki some more. Can we just say shout out to the human allies of King Harold? Because man, to bring enough food to fill up the giants' bellies when you don't know what these countries might be going through. Your people need to eat. Y'all need to make sure your bellies are full. And the giants, they're huge. We already heard Sanji, and Sanji cooks for Luffy. But when they were talking about the idea of Loki getting on the cruise, Sanji was like, who's feeding this dude? So the fact that they brought enough to share with multiple giants is insane. Shout out to them for that. We just couldn't get through this video without saying that. Now, when I first read the scans, I was a little harsh on Harold, at least in my mind. I was like, bro, why are you crying for Estrid? What, like, do you know what she's done to your kid? But the thing is, he probably doesn't. And in my mind, knowing how his like royal guards or whoever these dudes are, they give me very shady vibes because they already lied to him about Loki's eyes, which I don't think they gouged them out, which was kind of what people might have been saying had happened. But I think that would be insane to gouge the child's eyes out and then straight up lie to the king and say, oh no, but you know, he can still see. My problem with Harold is that your son has bandages on his eyes, and I understand you're busy, but you're not gonna at least check to see like, oh, like what's up with his eyes. I would be curious as hell. Just me personally, I'm like, why? Okay, but like, what's wrong with him? Then they're giving you your son and he's covered in bruises, and you're just like, why you got so many bruises? And they're just like bro, this is all hella suspicious. And I'm sure people were talking about Estrid, you know, how she was saying that Loki was cursing, all that. I'm sure, but then again, maybe he didn't hear these things because he was so busy, and because he was so busy, he left Loki with Estrid's brother. It's just all these things that just make me look at King Harold a little sideways. Like, bro, I understand, I get it, but you gotta pay attention to your son, man. Like, get it together. And speaking of parents, man, I am worried about Hydrudi's mom. She is such a sweet lady, but seeing how people feel about her, and I feel like hopefully she might not be dead. She might not be dead. There is a theory that Hydrudi's mom is Mosa, at least out there. I don't know if that's still what people are thinking. I don't think that's true, but maybe she is just ducked off somewhere. I don't know if I can't remember if it's exactly been confirmed whether she's dead or not, but man, if she does have to die at some point, and I'm assuming it would happen with this backstory we're getting, god dang, bro, like this, like, she's so sweet, man. Don't do this to me, Oda. I don't need to see her get, you know, yeeted out of the story like that. So hopefully maybe she's just ducked off somewhere on her nice little peaceful island. That's my headcanon as of now until it gets proven otherwise. Whoever snuck Harold into the reverie was the MVP. Now, at first, when I read the scans, it kind of made it seem like it was a good friend of Harold, so I was even more curious of like, oh, who is this like king that snuck him in there? That's a really good friend. But in the official chapter, it just says like it was a royal fellow, which sounds a lot less formal, like it's just kind of some random, to where he was like, hey bro, let me get in there with you. And I'm surprised that he was even able to get into the reverie with, you know, him being a giant, and then him and Ja Rule even talking about the Warhammer company, of him being like, hey Harold, be careful, because this group of giants that they talk about, they were real and they was out there, and then they just got done up, they got frozen, they never came back. So I'm very curious to see what's going on with all that, because if I'm remembering correctly, it was some ancient giants. If they weren't all ancient giants, some of them were ancient giants, or at least had ancient giant blood, so that might tie in with the Ors thing. Ors Jr., what's going on with that? You know, maybe something to do with them shadows in the Florian Triangle. Who knows? Whenever Oda introduces new things this late in the story, I'm like, man, Oda, you this is why the story's so damn long, because you keep thinking all this stuff and adding it in, and now you got to explain it. And I'm sure these people are going to be connected to something else, so you got to explain that. But I'm not complaining. I love it. One Piece is like my favorite of all time. So take Oda, add as much as you want. I will be here for it. Now let's talk about the big kahuna. Rox D motherfucking Xebec. Oh my gosh. This man, I feel like Kaido and Rox are two people that lived up to the hype, because I really like Kaido. Kaido might be one of my favorite characters. That's a video for another time. But Rox D Xebec, man, Blackbeard he has a special little design. He looks cool, but you give me a cooler looking Blackbeard. You tell me he killed an admiral, possibly at the Reverie, because Harold did see him at the Reverie. So again, something else you gotta explain. What happened at that damn Reverie? Because it could be taken as that's the Reverie that Harold seen him at, and that was the same time he killed the admiral and fled. At least that's kind of the way I'm interpreting it, because the way it just flows to me with the way it was introduced in the chapter. But man, oh my gosh, seeing it, I'm just so excited. Like, we just got to see the Gorosei, all 5 of them in the last arc, and we got to see their devil fruits, and we got to see Vegapunk. This arc, we got to meet Shanks's evil twin brother. Oh, and also in that other arc, we got to see Shanks's dad. All of this stuff is One Piece at times feels like fan fiction, and that is one of the best things to me that I'm loving about the story as of this current, like, last couple years. Like, even with Roof Piece and a lot of stuff that happened in Wano, I love moments like this, man. I can't believe we're actually seeing Rox. I am so curious to see what his bounty is, if it's higher than anybody that we know, because they said they gave him a hefty bounty. I mean, he is the only character to have confirmed killed an admiral. That, you know, might help feed into the Admiral and Yonko debate, because some people be saying the admirals are trash, but when Oda wants to hype somebody up, who did he be comparing them to? Enough said. But yeah, I'm super excited for Rox to see what comes next. Just him, Loki looking up to him and all that, man. Even another point on Loki, I'm sorry to pivot a little bit, but man, something that just made me feel for him even more. That boy causing pain and hurt, just trying to fill the void in his heart, and he can't, then trying to kill himself. Oh my gosh. And then going through all that, then you find somebody like Rox. Yeah, bro, it's over. It does kind of make me feel some type of way about the Kaido backstory, I'm not gonna lie, because I just feel like maybe we could have seen Rox there. It does. This moment is very impactful, but I feel like we could have got this same level of backstory and detail for Kaido, because I'm not gonna lie, King Harold seems like a cool dude. I just was pretty interested in from the start arc, but the fact that King Harold is getting all this, and I didn't expect this from him, but Kaido got what he got, it does kind of make me upset. But on some other thing, man, we know Whitebeard, so we ain't got to talk too much about him, but Shiki the Golden Lion, we already knew he was on Rox's crew. We see that he's rolling with Rox and Whitebeard and Stussy. I'm very curious to see how all these people came together, because honestly, I'm thinking about this kind of giving me Straw Hat vibes. Just them, even though it says future captain of the Rox Pirates, so I'm assuming they're not the Rox Pirates yet, but I guess it's more Blackbeard vibes, actually, not Straw Hats, but the Blackbeard Pirates are just a dark reflection of Straw Hats. But anyway, just Rox rolling pretty light right now with his guys. I'm very curious to see how they met. And man, why is Stussy so important? I would never expected this from a character like Stussy. We seen her on Whole Cake Island. She was part of CP0. Cool. That was nice. Then she came back. Then we found out that the Stussy that we know was also part of Mads, and she's probably a clone of Miss Buckingham Stussy. Like, for her to be part of the Rocks Pirates, Mads, and CP0. I'm trying to figure out what exactly Oda is cooking with Stussy, but I'm here for it. Man, I love this chapter. There was so much to work with and so much to look forward to. I can't wait to talk to y'all about the next chapter. If you made it this far into the video, please like, subscribe, hit that share button, hit that post notification bell so you can be notified of all future uploads. It is being boy Dougie D Fresh, and I'm out. Peace.